Corn and soybeans aren't the only crops around the area. Grapes for wine have grown exponentially in the past decade. Lindsay Thies is live at one winemaker in Glenwood, Iowa today. And Lindsay, is it true you say there's a miniature wine country here?
There's a miniature wine country just about 30-minute drive outside of the metro here in Glenwood. And it's really pretty, you know, just driving and seeing some of those scenic views. But enough about that. Let's talk about the good stuff. Let's talk about the wine. We had seen some of the pouring earlier. Mark, you're the general manager here at Vine Street Cellars. Tell me a little bit. I know red wine and white wine, but what are we looking at here?
Well, this is Norton. This is a full-body dry red wine, and this is a true American grape. This one we have not harvested yet because it's a late harvest. It usually about the first or second week of October.
Okay.
And then this here white wine is a Edelweiss. It's a semi-sweet German Riesling type wine, and in our feature that you got us last week, this is the grape that we picked.
I love it. It takes a little bit more time. It wasn't the grapes that we saw.
Oh, exactly. This is last year's harvest.
Yes.
And, those that we picked last week we'll probably see 6 months to 8 months from now.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, like Mark mentioned, we caught up with these guys at the end of last week as they were kind of picking the last of their Edelweiss. Take a look. We're used to thinking about crops like corn when we think of Iowa. But there's a growing fruitful industry hiding in plain sight in the Hawkeye state.
Yeah, it's a nice little bunch there, isn't there?
Scientifically engineered grapes.
These ones came from Minnesota.
Bred to survive harsh Midwest winters, mixed with the ideal Iowa soil.
It goes about 30 feet deep without a single rock, so the grapes and the roots can grow down without having to avoid anything.
Has made for a new industry on the vine. In 2000, Iowa had only 5 vineyards that covered about 15 acres. Over the past 15 years, that's grown to more than 300 vineyards. One of those, Vine Street Cellars. Run by the Assam family, Renette and Ralph Assam grew up in Hawaii and then settled in Iowa after retiring from Offutt Air Force Base. A base that their vineyard pays homage to each day.
Offutt is located, about 25 minutes from here, and this is actually one of the flight patterns right above the vineyard. And so it's actually kind of neat when they come through, because a lot of times the plane that my husband flew on will pattern through, will fly over.
It's a familiar sound on their little piece of paradise in the Midwest, growing a labor of love.
Being out in the hot sun, and oh yeah, gotta love it.
That's adding a few more varietals to Iowa's cash crop list. And back out here live, you guys have quite a few wines here. Is it about more than a dozen? How many wines do you sell?
We have 23 different types of wine that we sell here.
Gotcha. Lots and lots. And I have to ask, it has been kind of rainy recently, kind of a wet season. How does that affect the grapes and when you guys are harvesting?
Well, it does affect, because every time it rains, we have to keep sprays on the grapes for fungus, and every time it rains, it rinses it off. And so it makes it very difficult. We have to repeat the process daily. And then also when it wasn't raining, it got extremely hot. Yeah. So it makes it tough for the grapes.
Definitely. So while, some farmers are hoping for rain for their corn and soybeans, they do not want it. Well, we have much more coming up in a little bit. I'm going to tell you what is in the works for the future here at Vine Street, too. Jen, we're going to send it back to you.
All right, thanks. I like a harvest you can drink. It's always nice.
That Edelweiss is an excellent wine to have with your turkey dinner.
Ooh.
It is very good.
Yeah, holidays aren't that far away.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Can get that plan going now.
And we've got they're looking for some dry weather.
Yeah.
We have that lined up. Warmer temperatures have that
nice.
as well.